So Valve announced the Steam Machine a couple weeks ago, and immediately I put out an accurate prediction of how people are going to make excuses for the device's shortcomings, and glaze it no matter what. For more on that, check the link video. In this video, I want to expand on that point and explain the sinister nature of what Valve is offering you. To do that, I need to explain what Valve is actually offering you, explain who would actually benefit from that offering. Then I can explain how things get pretty shady when you knowingly connect those two dots. To find out what Valve is offering you, all we need to do is look at their website and the Steam Deck. Valve is offering you a plug-and-play way to play games on Steam. And that makes sense, right? Valve makes money from selling games on Steam, so of course their efforts are focused on making that as easy as possible. What they're not doing is offering you a plug-and-play way to do anything else with your computer. They're not prohibiting it, per se. Who are they to tell you what to do with your computer? But they're definitely not investing any energy into making anything else easy. By choosing to go with a Linux-based operating system, they've actually made it a lot more difficult to play games anywhere but Steam. Steam is really the only storefront that works natively, and Valve knew that when designing the Steam Deck and the Steam Machine. Even though they use the ability to install a different operating system as a selling point, they really only provide minimal support for doing so. The drivers that they provide are several years old, and they haven't provided Steam controller drivers at all. So you can't fully use the Steam Deck on Windows unless you're running Steam. Sidebar. Would you accept an Xbox Elite Controller 3 if it only worked properly on your computer while the Xbox app was running? Let me know in the comments. I suspect that the Steam Machine and the new Steam controller will follow similar patterns. Valve could easily change this, but if nobody calls them out on it, they definitely won't. So, SteamOS is making Steam gaming a little bit easier in exchange for making it much harder to game anywhere else. You can already make your Windows PC boot directly into Steam Big Picture mode, so the only people that would really benefit from SteamOS are people who only game on Steam and don't know how to adjust basic settings on their computer. Anyone else would be giving up quite a lot of functionality for a slight boost in usability. Once you connect the dots of what SteamOS does and who it's for, you can kind of see how Valve's offering isn't quite as innocent as it seems. Valve is inviting people into its ecosystem. The ecosystem isn't explicitly closed, but the people that they are targeting are not likely to have the technical expertise required to leave. That way, Valve can have a functionally captive audience without being expected to subsidize the hardware like other closed ecosystems. And yes, I know that you can install other launchers and operating systems on your Steam device. I've done it myself. I have the Xbox full screen experience running on my Steam Deck right now. But once you have the ability to do something like that with your computer, SteamOS is more of a hindrance than anything. Why stick with SteamOS and lose access to Game Pass, Vortex, and live service games, when I can just make some simple tweaks to my Windows installation and have access to absolutely everything? In my opinion, SteamOS is just a trap for the computer illiterate. And just because you don't personally feel trapped by it, doesn't mean that it's not a trap. Is a spiderweb a trap for spiders? No. Is a dummy thick Latina with psycho shoes a trap for gay guys? No. A trap is a trap for its intended target. I know that everyone isn't super tech savvy, but gaming PCs are expensive. We shouldn't be inviting people into this space if we don't expect people to learn how to use them. It's just setting them up for failure. PC gaming is all about flexibility, but in order to access that flexibility, you're going to have to do some research and figure some stuff out. It just comes with the territory, but you can definitely do it if you try. If you absolutely don't want to do any of that, I think that the insane price to performance of consoles still make them a good option, but the Steam Machine will be hard to recommend if it's priced like a PC. Well, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think of SteamOS in the comments below. Thanks for watching.